Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass complete. It's Hines on the crossing route here. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 34 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. A throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. Touchdown! Trinity Benson. His first touchdown on the year. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's Lawrence to throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Colts taking the field again, running back Jonathan Taylor at center stage. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because we wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. Plays to his strengths the best. And keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
On the draw is Taylor. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. Davis Mills, the Stanford man, with 2 touchdown passes. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who have the lead in that one at halftime. Justin Jefferson, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And right now they have the lead over the visiting New York Giants. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Colts in that first half. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for Colts TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 31, Lawrence.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Alert, alert, check.
On the counter, ETN. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Pocket, opposite.
Lawrence. Looking middle, and that's complete. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Colts to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready, set.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
And that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation. That one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. There's still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Right where they set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. As is complete to Woods. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards to pin.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's the option going right. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
2nd and 11. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Colts. Desmond Patman, a 20-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
At 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Lawrence will throw. And his throw is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Rodgers to return it. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback. Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. But now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we play 3. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. Lawrence on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Lawrence going to throw again. He completes it to Jones. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good game. First down. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Again, it's Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 41-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Lawrence. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Ready to go.
Now Lawrence to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. He'll find Etienne out of the backfield. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he is going to have the Jaguars first down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on fourth.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 11-yard line.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Jags are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk from 4 yards out. And the Jags have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive, 12 plays in length. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time. And that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and the lead will hold at 10. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. He showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. Back to throw, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure, and he's taken down. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Indianapolis,
your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, wasn't instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You clout chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. You not my kind, I know kin to me. Heard you told my girl about all of them that's DMing me. Why they hogging up the recipe? Heard they talking like I can't let Ken Wallace get ahead of me. Know your heart full of jealousy. All that acting tough, damn, this must be a parody. Okay, 1-on-1 ain't no comparing me. Okay, wait, 2-on-2, that's like 4, they be sharing me. Okay, they working like the rent dude. Rent got them doing, that's what I'm into. Yeah, if I'm in it, then I own it, not a rental. No, I've been plotting on the lamb and the Benz cool. Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go.
That my Brooklyn, cause he shot rock, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie. This flex know they ready. See, we were not to ride nobody with. We're the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it. That's how you know we lit.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we have Stephon Gilmore. He's been one of the NFL's best ball hawks this season with 9 interceptions. It's the Colts and the Browns, just ahead on EA Sports.
It's been a wet and dreary day by the shores of Lake Erie, but we have football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Now Cade York for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 59 yards. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball of the season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Now it's Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
After the sack on first down, Watson, that is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around and forcing incompletions.
And as is to be expected, this is nowhere near being good from that distance. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
They had a chance there to really build a nice early lead, go up a couple of scores. But he doesn't hit that one quite right, and it winds up in empty possession.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. A give for Taylor running right side. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Now a give to Taylor. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it, because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free, and those ball carriers are getting tagged. If I were them, I'd think very hard about just taking 3 points and taking their dignity and moving on.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Browns are able to come up with a goal line stand. The Browns drive about to get started. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw is Watson. And there is Amari Cooper. And he showed off the athletic. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. And, Charles, you see the numbers for Amari Cooper last week. 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Up the middle. It's Chubb. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was out there waving his arm saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate, drops it.
Throwing on third down, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And he'll find Pittman. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Taylor with it. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. He'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Watson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. He's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. That's caught. It's Demetric Felton. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. From the red zone now, Watson. Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like, based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now 14-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. And the Colts getting ready to go. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Taylor. And able to pick up the 1st across midfield to the 47. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. They'll throw now on the final play. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alie-Cox. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We begin up in the Volunteer State, Tennessee, playing host to Denver in Nashville. And it's the Titans with the lead in the second quarter of play. Ryan Tannehill has thrown a touchdown pass. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Marvin Jones, a touchdown reception.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Browns to take over. They're on top here as they've got the football 1st and 10, trying to erase the memory of the loss last week to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
3rd and long. It's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones, 39 yards. And the Browns take a 3-touchdown lead. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. On the counter, it's Taylor. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got the tight end, Mo Alie-Cox. And that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They run with Taylor, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches.
And he's going to be intercepted for the